Good evening, Ayushi, Nancy. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ishika, Amjad, Salman, Nurjahan. All right, good evening, everyone. Divya, Turjamani, Tripathi, after a long time. Tanu, Pradyut, Vijayalakshmi. Good evening, Nisha, Renuka, Rukaya. Have been fantastic. Pensi, Monisha, Anisha, Ankita, Sadula, Srinivas. All right, just give me a minute here, people. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Good evening, Nene, Siddharth. I'm fantastic, Siddharth. All right, people. So let's get into our discussion here. Environment, energy and climate, sustainable and green finance, hydrogen and electrolyzer market, from economy and industry, anti-dumping duty, electronics component manufacturing scheme, stable coins and crypto regulation, from science and technology, gravitational waves, greener e-waste recycling, from health and pharma regulation, EG and DEG, environment and biodiversity, coral triangle cryobank, invasive alien species, farm fires and satellite detection, from defense and strategic affairs, you will be having theater command. All right. And in addition to that, I would also be, we will be requiring crowd management reforms. Sorry, 1 minute. Polity and judiciary, you have alienation of affection, tort of marriage interference, right to die with dignity, nuclear energy bill, which is only a proposal so far, personality rights and AI deepfakes, TET ruling, SIR, that is Special Intensive Revision, Odisha Panchayat Amendments 2025, governance and disaster management, crowd management reforms. That's pretty much about it. Tanya, people. So energy and climate, renewable energy growth, India 2024-25. India added 24.5 gigawatt solar capacity 2024, third globally after China and the US. So after China, USA, third is India. Getting the point here? Recognized in UN Secretary General's 2025 climate report. 2025 climate report alongside Brazil and China as leaders among developing nations in scaling up renewables. Scaling up renewable means you're setting up the benchmark higher and higher. You're producing, not benchmark alone, you're bringing up your infrastructure as far as renewable energy is concerned in the solar sector. So far, we have been doing good. Values are important. Getting the point here? Renewable energy sector employed 1 million plus people, contributed about 5% of GDP growth. So 1 million people and 5% GDP growth. Off-grid solar is employing 80,000 jobs. Off-grid solar power simply means whatever solar power is generated, it is not collected to the main power line. It is just separate. Getting the point here? Irina, see, for all of you out there, I am not the one deciding on the class timings. I also follow orders. And in case you don't know, I am not the owner of PWOnlyIAS. In case you don't know, I also follow the orders. If you have a problem with the class timings, please take it up with the management. And let me tell you, civil services itself means like this. Everything will not be kept at a time where you will get relaxing time, resting time. Civil service preparation itself means you will end up missing one class for the other. That is how it is. Whether you join offline, online, that is the same story everywhere. So when I was doing my coaching also from Delhi, from the same institution, when their CSAT classes used to run, we used to have GS classes also. So we had to take a call, which one to choose. Sometimes one we will have to skip, the other we will have to run and attend the class. So these are all perfectly natural. Don't expect everything to happen, ek ke baad ek. That is never going to happen. Life also won't happen like that. Everything will come together. Understand it. IRENA. What is IRENA? International Renewable Energy Agency. And what is it? What type of body it is? It is an intergovernmental body. And that has projected that for a 1.5 degrees Celsius aligned pathway, a 2% annual GDP growth till 2050, which is twice G20 average, means if India manages to reduce the temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius, overall, we are able to bring it down. The GDP growth for us will be around 2.8%. Why? See, climate change, you must understand, is closely associated with, or rather directly associated with, adverse weather events. The more landslides we have, the more flooding we have, the more cloudbursts we have, we are going to lose a lot of money for what? Just for rehabilitation and prevention of disasters. Understand that. So you will have to spend a lot of money for just to rehabilitate, mitigate, disaster preparedness, disaster prevention for all of this. So it is better what? The best thing to do is what? Reduce the overall temperature. For that, what is the best thing again? Reduce the dependence on fossil fuels. Reduce your greenhouse gas emissions. Getting the point here? Finance needs. How much money we will be requiring? Anywhere between 1.5 to 2.5 trillion by 2030. That's pretty much about it. Now let us deal with another topic, which is sustainable and green finance. So this topic here was only basically facts. Any fact which can directly come as a question for you in your exam. Clear? God help you, sir, become the Ashish Singh. Please pray that I become a director. That is my current biggest desire. I'm praying to the universe that it happens. Director of movies, by the way, not of PW. Director of movies, screenplay, story writing, script writing. GSS, Green Social Sustainability Linked Debt Issuance, December 2020. This is from 2024 up to 2024. $55.9 billion has been issued. For what? Green Social Sustainability Linked Debt Issuance. What is this debt issuance? We are basically talking about green bonds here. Green bonds here, out of which private sector has issued around 84%. Green bond investment is $45 billion for 2025. Target is $100 billion by 2030. What do you mean by green bond? Green bond. What is bond, first of all? Imagine I have gold with me and I need to borrow money. So gold will have its value. Based on that value, there will be a price. What is the value here? Value is nothing but how much weightage is there, the grams. Then whether it is 22 karat gold, whether it is 24 karat gold, whatever. This is what is gold. If I have gold, what will I do? I will pledge that gold. Correct? I'll give it to a financial institution. And that financial institution will give me what? It will give me money. I am getting the money. The FI here, the financial institution here, is getting the gold. So I will get some money. Let us say 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees I got. What should I pay to the financial institution? I should, along with my gold, I should pay the interest. I should keep paying the interest. If I need to recover my gold completely, I need to pay this full principal to that financial institution. Only then I will get my gold back. This is the idea behind a gold loan. Bond also is more or less the same thing. Here, in the case of a bond, you will have what is known as a face value, say 1000 rupees. This is the face value. Then it will have an interest, let us say 10%. It will have a time of maturity. Time of maturity means by what date this bond will mature, in the sense, so today it is 11th. Bond will mature in 10 years. 10% of 1000 is how much? 100 rupees. 100 rupees into 10 years, 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees I will get if I invest in bond. How does this actually work? Let us say Adani. This is a green bond now. Adani is giving away this bond. To whom? To the public. The only guarantee given here is the name Adani. Adani bonds. Adani green bonds. So when Adani gives this piece of paper to the public will buy it. Why? Because it is Adani. They will be even ready to pay for it more than the 1000 rupees. Why? Because Adani's bonds, right, it will always have a high demand. Whenever demand for anything goes up, the price will increase. In this particular case, what will happen is, there will be many people like me to buy this bond. So let us say I am ready to offer 1100 rupees. Somebody is ready to offer, from the public, somebody is ready to offer what? 1500. Definitely Adani, who is in need of money, he will sell it to the person who offers the highest price. So he will sell it to this person. And public will, that particular person, let us call him now Ashish. So Ashish is ready to give 1500 rupees for a bond which has only a face value of 1000. Adani is happy because obviously he got more value for his bond. Ashish gave him the money. What will Adani give him? Adani will have to give him the bond. All right, that bond he gave. Plus Adani will have to pay what? Interest every year. How much is the interest calculated? Interest is always calculated on the face value. 10% of 1000 only, not what amount was given. It is only paid for what? It is only paid for the interest. The face value. So the face value is 1000. And what is the interest rate that we had set? Interest rate is 10%. So finally, Adani will be paying every year 100 rupees to Ashish. Every year. Got the point here? This is how, and what will Adani do with this 1500 that he got? Adani is supposed to use it only for what? Adani is supposed to use it only for green investments. That is anything to do with sustainability, renewable energy. For all this, he can use that money. So right now, if you see, green bond investments has touched $45 billion means, this is what it means. I am giving the bond to the market and I am borrowing money. Why am I going for this route? Well, simple logic. Why will I go to SBI and stand in a long queue, file paper after paper to do this, to get loan amount from there? Instead, it is always easier for me to issue bonds to the market, then take the money from the market, and then make my investments in green projects. That is the idea here. Got the point? That is how it will work. Why can't you and I do it? Because if you or me issue a bond, what value does it have? Where is the backing here? This is only available for very few companies and government bonds because people trust them. When you talk about a government of India bond or a US treasury bond, people will trust it because it is backed by government. If government is unable to pay the interest or if government is unable to pay back the principal, it simply means its economy has collapsed. Got the point here? So this is the easiest way by which government can borrow or private companies can borrow. It is also the easiest way by which public can make what? Public can make investments. These are like safe investments. Because you buy a bond. When you buy a bond, what happens? You earn every year. That is the idea. Clear? Can India stand? Because don't waste your time against all these questions, these type of very hypothetical questions. If India becomes 20 trillion economy, then what will China do? What will happen to USA? Whether Pakistan will happen, that this useless. Totally useless. Don't go by hypothetical questions. Very rarely you will get a hypothetical question in your UPSC mains exam, even for that matter in your interview. Otherwise, every question that UPSC asks, it will be based on data that is available in the newspaper. Quantified, verifiable data. Keep it in mind. These all topics, you know what, agar India will do this, then USA will do that. They are only good for wasting the time and becoming this Rajendra Nagar, old Rajendra Nagar and Mukherjee Nagar's bhaiyas or didis. That is what you will end up becoming. So much of knowledge is there, but of no use. You need to ensure that your knowledge is tailor-made to crack this exam and get lost to Labasna as early as possible. Clear? No. Ayo, Abe, please understand, Abe. These are all hypothetical. Please understand. These are all my numbers. These are all not fixed numbers. These numbers will vary. It will depend from bond to bond. Please understand. Got the picture here? Now, before all of that, now one macroeconomic concept let me teach you. That is, I told you for 1,000 rupee bond, okay, Ashish has paid 1,500 rupees. Why? Because Adani bonds have high demand. And anything in life that has high demand, it will have a high price. So he paid 1,500. So technically speaking, already Ashish has incurred a 500 rupees loss. This is Ashish. Ashish has already incurred. Why? 1,000 rupees is only the maximum value of the bond. But Ashish paid 1,500. But still, 10% interest is there, correct? 10% interest, which is calculated as 10 by 100 into 1,000 on the face value, which will give you what? 100 rupees. That into number of years. Number of years is 10. So 100 into 10, total money earned rupees 1,000. Minus 500 is how much? Plus 500. Why minus 500? Because this is his loss, right? He paid more. So that I will have to factor in. But still he will end up with 500 rupees. Ulta scenario. Ulta scenario is 1,000 rupees face value. But let us say demand is low. Therefore, price also will become low due to XYZ reason. Let us say now this is Anil Ambani's or somebody else's or Adani only. Let us keep Adani only. Let us not change our example. Adani's bonds due to XYZ reason, the demand is gone down, price goes down. In such a scenario, let us say some 1,000 rupee bond, people are only offering what? 500 rupees. So 500 rupees means, again, Ashish is our hero here. So Ashish is only ready to offer 500 rupees. Now, what does it mean? Already Ashish has made a 500 rupees profit. Because for 1,000 rupees face value, he's only paying 500. Plus on top of it, for 10 years, he will make how much? 1000 rupees. The same thing. 10% interest, what you will totally earn? 1000. The grand total, what he will earn is 1000 plus 500. 1500 rupees. Observe very carefully. When the demand was high, the price was high, return from the bond was less. When the demand was low, the price was low, return from the bond was more. Let us put it in a table. Let us put it even more. When demand was high, price also increased. But when price increased, yield of the bond, that is the return that you got from the bond, that dropped. What will be the ulta scenario? Ulta scenario is when demand goes down, price goes down, yield of the bond will increase. Clear? Priyanka, you're not my only student. All right. If you don't want to listen, mute it and you can leave. That is how Abhay. It is as simple as that. Like I told you, you capture 1% of the market. Start any business, capture 1% of the market. Then what you do is go public. What do you mean by going public? Means sell your shares to the public, issue your shares to the public. Share value will go up. And as the share value, people start buying your shares, its value starts increasing. You keep ending up making more profit. Yes, interest is always calculated on the face value. Now, how does this work? Generally, let us say when interest rate is less means for a bank. That simply means interest rate on loan is also less, interest rate on fixed deposit is also less. Understand that always. When interest rate totally decreases in the economy, it will be less for a loan, less for an FD. That means there is no point. If I have money, there is no point in putting it in FD. Automatically, I will try to look for some other investment where I can get better return. So when interest rate is low, that is when demand for bond will increase because bonds will give you better return. Interest rate of bond is higher. The demand for bond will be more, price of the bond will be more, and therefore yield of the bond will be less. Ulta scenario. Let us say interest rate is high. What will happen? It is FD, your fixed deposit interest rates will be high. So it will be better to place your money in FD. Demand for bond will be less. Price of bond will be less. Yield of bond will increase. $1 million question now. When will interest rate increase in an economy? If in goods and Veblen effect, my dear brother, how is it even linked here? Why are you bringing microeconomic topics over here? What is a Giffen good? What is a Veblen good? What is luxury for some set of consumers will be necessity for some. Anand Ambani wears watches which are worth 20 to 30 crore. 20 to 30 crore. I repeat it. The watches what he wears are rare. Only he has it in the world. Nobody else has it. Rare make. That is, he tells it to the rare makers, Richard Miller, etc., to make his design type of watch. They will make it and sell it only to him. 20, 30 crore it is. For Anand Ambani, it is a necessity. It is not a gift and good for him. Got the point here? So that will vary. Don't bring unnecessary topics into our discussion here. Downfall situation. Very good, Samarth. That is the point. It is inflation. Whenever inflation is more, interest rate will increase. Who increases the interest rate? In our country, RBI. Interest rate increases automatically, fixed deposits will increase, which will mean demand for bond will go down, price will go down, yield will increase. Got the point here? When the money supply is less in the economy, that time the interest rate will be high. No, Yashasvi. When money supply is more, that is when interest rate will be high. Because more money supply means, what will happen? More is the money supply. More will be the liquidity. And if liquidity goes on increasing, then prices of goods will increase. Prices of goods increasing clearly means you are having a case of high inflation. So when inflation is high, that is when interest rate increases. Because logic is very simple. You have to, when the interest rate is very high, it discourages people from borrowing money. When interest rate is low, that is when people borrow money. For example, now 3 things. RBI has maintained the same repo rate. Earlier it had reduced it. So the repo rate currently, if you look at it, it is less. B, income tax greater than rupees 12 lakhs. Only then you have to pay income tax. C, GST 2.0. All this why? Why this has been done? This is basically done to generate internal demand. Internal demand in the country. When because if people are having money now, because income tax slab has been raised, only about 12 lakhs you need to pay the tax. GST 2.0 has reduced the prices. Now people, loan is also easily available. Demand will increase. Purchases will increase. And when people buy more goods and services, the economy will grow. That is the logic. Got the point here? Rohan, choose one. One you can watch the recorded, the other one, either one, watch one. One you can watch recorded, the other one you can watch live. Choice is yours. Clear, people? This is the logic. Moving on now. Hydrogen and electrolyzer market. We already know that when it comes to solar power, who is the leader? China. After China only you have US and then India. Then when it comes to rare earth elements also, China is almost a monopoly. Rather, that is bad English. Has a monopoly. Almost. That is the technology, etc. If you see, everything China is owning. Rare earth elements, the extraction technology, transportation technology, everything China has. But the machinery required for it, China has. Now, the third area where China wants to dominate is the hydrogen sector. Here also China wants to dominate now. Got the point here? China is everywhere. Exactly. China, world's largest hydrogen producer. Not at all a surprise. 36.5 million tons, of which 1.2 lakh ton is green hydrogen. What do you mean by green hydrogen? Green hydrogen simply means it is that hydrogen which I am manufacturing using renewable energy. Hydrogen manufactured using renewable energy is called green hydrogen. 85% of the world's ALK, electrolyzer capacity, is in China. What is ALK? Alkaline. Alkaline electrolyzers. Alkaline electrolyzers simply means these are, how do I say it now? Like a battery it is. Alright, like a battery, but the purpose of it is what? It will produce hydrogen. So the alkaline electrolyzer that we are talking about, they are very cheap, but they are less efficient. Proton exchange membrane, that is a second type of electrolyzer what we have. It is costlier, but it has a higher efficiency. Costs in 2024. Alkaline electrolyzers of 5 megawatt capacity, its cost is 6 million yuan. It is 20% cheaper than it was in 2023. PEM of 1 megawatt, that is also of 6 million yuan only. Now it has become 32% cheaper than 2023. In other words, What if somebody didn't pay it back? Let's say Ambani didn't give interest even after maturity period is over. Then nothing. That only means that Ambani's company doob gaya. Then you'll have to file bankruptcy. That is the point. Repo rate decrease करने से inflation increase होगी. Not necessarily, Tanya. Not necessarily. Because here comes, because you have asked that question. I'll just finish this topic, then I'll elaborate that point what you have asked, Tanya. Just give me a minute here. So what is happening here? It is not a surprise. Any technology, any tech will become cheaper year on year. Year on year, it will become cheaper. The China's, both the electrolyzers, alkaline as well as proton exchange membrane, it is becoming cheaper and cheaper. And this is going to become beneficial for whom? Using Chinese ALK systems will cut EU's plants setup cost by 45%. That is after literally putting their hands in most of the Asian economies, then the African economies, South American economies, Australia. Now China is literally spreading its tentacles right into the heart of Europe. So it is almost like they are telling Europe, you want energy? I mean, I can do it for you for free. This is at a time when India is also busy trying to make deals with what? With UK, we have made a free trade agreement. We are also trying to make a European free trade agreement with European Union countries. Getting the point here. But China is always playing one or two steps ahead of us. Because who wouldn't want sustainable energy? And the future again belongs to hydrogen energy, nothing else. Getting the point here. Strategy mirrors the solar PV model. Rapid scale up plus subsidies plus domestic inputs. Rapid scale up. Rapid scale up means very fastly set up the infrastructure for hydrogen energy production. Provide subsidies to the producing companies and encourage domestic inputs from the local companies, etc. Encourage them as much as possible. The same strategy that they adopted for solar energy. What are the challenges? They'll have to face import curbs, supply chain scrutiny, hydrogen mission competition. That means import curbs are there. Certain elements or metals like titanium, platinum, these are required for manufacture. It is not easy to import even for China. Supply chain scrutiny. That is, many countries today are not so eager to actually take the Chinese goods or support China. Number 3, hydrogen mission competition. Everywhere today in every country, there is a national hydrogen mission. Every country is actually focusing on more and more research in hydrogen energy. Hydrogen, one of the biggest advantages, hydrogen if you are able to produce. What is the advantage? Hydrogen fuel cell. Hydrogen fuel cells exhaust. Exhaust only consists of water, vapor and oxygen. The only drawback is hydrogen is a highly explosive fuel. Little spark is there, boom. That aspect, if we are able to control, we are able to manage it, means this is the best option available. The best option. Got the point here? Now to go for the question that Tanya asked. That is, when interest rate is low, it will lead to high inflation. No, not necessarily. Even in India, if you see, the inflation benchmark is 4 plus or minus 2%. That means inflation as long as it is within 2%. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. If it is within this range, it is fine. Number 1. Number 2, there was a pre-YQ also. Along with growth, parallelly you may have A, inflation, B, stagflation, C, deflation, D, disinflation. Can you choose one? Choose an answer from here. Exactly, Ashutosh. Water vapor is greenhouse gas, I agree, but it will not cause that level of damage like carbon dioxide or methane. The best advantage with water vapor will be, especially for cities, it will actually bring down the dust pollution there. No doubts, it is pretty much clear. Answer is inflation. It is quite natural. When growth is happening in the economy, there will be little bit of inflation, which is good. But as long as it is within this 2 to 6% sweet spot, then it is okay. More than 6% simply means the economy is overheating now. Less than 2% means the economy has gone totally dull. There is no demand at all. Example for this is obviously Japan. Population has gone down, youthful population. Youth is also very less. That is the reason why Japan is in a constant state of deflation. Coming to this part here, overheating. Overheating simply means what? Too high demand because people are having money with them. It leads to overheating of the economy. That means prices will increase like anything. It is a period. Definitely it is a period of slowdown. That is the reason why we are taking up all these measures. Getting the point here? Now let us move to the next topic, anti-dumping duty. What is anti-dumping duty? So China has a product. Let us say Chinese steel. Chinese steel is sold at rupees 100. Chinese steel is sold at rupees 50. Again. Let us keep rupees only. Leave. Rupees 100 per kilo in India. Okay. But Indian steel's prices rupees 175 per kilo. Manufacturing cost. Chinese steel is priced at this price. So when Indian, government, etc., when they did the basic homework, they found out that Chinese steel's price in China, if you actually see, it is actually close to 130 rupees per kilo in China, the manufacturing cost. But China is purposefully dumping steel into India at a cheaper rate. What is their manufacturing cost? ₹130 per kilo. They are selling it in India, or rather, they are dumping it in India at rupees 100 per kilo. Why? To wipe out the competition. Wipe out Indian domestic steel manufacturers and then grab the market completely. Become a monopoly. China's idea in any country, it is not to help the country reduce their poverty. Let us provide them employment. No. China's idea is simple. Wipe out the competition and become the monopoly there. Once it becomes a monopoly, that country will have to listen to China. Getting the point here? This is the idea. So, now what will Indian government do? Now I understood, okay, 130 rupees it is, and these people are purposefully selling it at a lower price. So what the Indian government will do is, Indian government will impose what is that? Anti-dumping duty. Where what I will do is, I will add maybe a duty on it. 80 rupees per kilo I will give it. I will add for it. That means 100 per kilo is what China is telling. 100 plus 80, it will become 180 rupees per kilo. Automatically what will happen? Indian buyers will prefer to buy Indian steel rather than Chinese steel. This is the idea. Getting the point here? So this is what we are doing. Anti-dumping duty, not only for China, we do it for every country that is trying to sell their product at a price lower than their market price or much, much lower than the domestic market price. To protect domestic industries, we do this. So this ad has been right now imposed on which good? It has been imposed on monoethylene glycol. What is it used for? It is basically used in the polyester industry. It is one of the main raw material. It is used in polyester fiber yarn filament fabric feedstock. That means as a raw material, this chemical is added. Then you can make a proper shirt and all out of it. Got the point here? Correct, Siddharth? Consumption 28 lakh ton per year. That is how much of monoethylene, MEG, we are consuming. Out of which 12 lakh ton, that is close to 40% is imported from. Now this is interesting. It is imported from Singapore, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Not from China. Note the point. 40% what we are importing comes from Singapore, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We are not importing from China. Why? Because there is a quality control order ban. Quality control order ban simply means the MEG that was coming from China lacked quality. So we imposed a ban on it, put a ban on it. No, you cannot import from China. Instead, we are only importing it from Singapore, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. And on Singapore, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, we have imposed now ad. Getting the point here? China can create demand in any country and regulate their market. Why not India? Akash, we don't have that level of technology. We don't have that level of manufacturing base. Simplest logic I will tell you, Akash. For example, let us take something like electricity. Less than 5% is the transmission loss in US and China. Transmission loss means from a power station to a substation, then to a home. I am producing electricity network, send it right. 1, 2, 3. Because this will be maybe around, let us say, 1000 volt. When it reaches the substation, from substation, I need to send it to the home. That is at 230 volt, the house voltage. This, when I am transmitting in US and China, the loss is how much? Less than 5%. In India, you want to know what is the loss? It is 20 to 25%. Got the logic here. Electricity, this is the loss. Now let us talk about transportation and logistics. You produced a product in a factory. From that factory, you need to take it to the port. From the port, it should get into a ship and then reach the whichever country you are exporting. There also, India's loss is around 20 to 25%. Transportation and logistics loss. Oh, sorry, not loss. Transportation and logistics in India is 20 to 25% costlier than China. That means by the time an Indian product reaches a foreign market, it is definitely going to be very expensive than Chinese products. That is the only logic to it. Getting the point here? Why we impose ad on these countries? Siddharth, I already told you that. Please revisit the thing. Because these countries were actually selling a product much cheaper than Indian MEG. These countries were selling monoethylene glycol to Indian market cheaper than their manufacturing cost. So we imposed ad. Ad, again and again I am telling you, ad is imposed when? If the product when a product is dumped in India at a price lower than its cost of production in domestic country, or to protect domestic manufacture. domestic industries, ad can be imposed. That is the logic. Clear? True. Electronics component manufacturer scheme. So what will happen if ad is imposed? If ad is imposed, so what has happened is, now we are doing, we have put ad to protect what? To protect our domestic manufacturers, whoever are producing MEG. 40% is coming only from import. So 60% is from domestic producers. That is Indian producers. But what is the problem now if you put ad on it? That is, ad means anti-dumping duty on MEG. Then cost of polyester fibers will increase by 20%. Synthetic textile prices will increase, which will again affect what? Our export again. No new MEG plants are there for 3 to 4 years. Therefore, imports are essential. That means so far in this last 3 to 4 years, or for the next 3 to 4 years also, no new monoethylene glycol plants are there. Manufacturing plants. Earlier reforms also, other reforms what they brought were PTA. That is purified terephthalic acid. Ad was removed. For PTA, ad was there. That was removed. And GST was also cut on MMF yarn. MMF means man-manufactured fabric, not natural ones. All right. Materials manufactured by men. That is by human beings, not natural fabric, which had boosted the sector. GST reduction plus the fact that PTA, purified terephthalic acid, anti-dumping duty was removed. Cost of polyester fiber had decreased. Now, if you try to bring the ad again on monoethylene glycol, polyester fabric prices will increase. Amrita, not now. Ask questions which are related to current affairs. This is not an economics class, people. This is current affairs class where we need to cover as many topics as possible at the earliest. Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme, ECMS 2025. Straight away, current affairs. I mean, prelims related. Investment proposals were received for electronic component manufacturing. Proposals what we received were 1.15 lakh crore. What was the target? 59,350 crore. We kept a target of 59,000. We got proposals worth more than 1 lakh. Outlay 22,919 crore. Expected production 10.34 lakh crore versus target of 4.56 lakh crore. Employment target was kept at 91,600, but likely employment will increase up to 1.41. All right. Applications. 249 firms have applied, in which 87 were electromechanical, 43 were multi-layer PCB. That is the circuit board, printable circuit board. Largest investment, 22,000 crore, phase 2 to include raw material manufacturing. Raw material manufacturing means manufacture of raw materials for electronics. It is basically to do with semiconductors. In other words, what it simply means is Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme 2025 is a stupendous success. Stable coin and crypto regulation. See, stable coin and crypto regulation, this is in current affair only because Nirmala Sitharaman made a statement. That is, we will also have to focus on what? We will also have to focus on cryptocurrencies. All right. The idea is simple. That means India is also moving into central bank's digital currency. When will this happen? When we will adopt it, we don't know. Because even if we adopt it, it is not sufficient. As said by the RBI governor very recently, he said, we can go ahead with this, but we will have to wait till other countries develop their cryptocurrencies. What the point here? Till other countries develop it, their own cryptocurrencies, only then we can do these transactions. So CBDC also, like I have told earlier, how does the CBDC work? CBDC's concept is very simple. You have digital rupee. I will have a digital wallet. everybody will be having a digital wallet. So let us say this is my digital wallet and this is Aditi's digital wallet. So if I want to give Aditi 50 rupees means we will be doing a wallet to wallet transaction. That is 50 rupees from here will go into Aditi's digital wallet. The usual stuff, OTP, or password, passcode, whatever I put, I can access. Aditi will give me the permission. I will send 50 rupees to her. That 50 rupees, Aditi uses it for, let us say 25 rupees for Pani Puri, another 20 rupees to maybe drink a cup of coffee. Then another for 5 rupees, she bought a Parle-G biscuit and fed a puppy. 25, 20, 45, 5, 50. Every last rupee, where it went, for what purpose it went, can be monitored. And this whole transaction will be looked after or looked into only by one entity, that is RBI. As you can clearly see here, two things you can see which is not available over here. What are they? You cannot see any banks involved. There are no UPIs involved. Entire data, entire transaction, everything is in the hands of RBI itself. It is almost same, but there is no third party. Only RBI and Indians. UPI like Phone Pay, Google Pay, etc. The problem is these are all actually Chinese investments. China has a good investment in it. In other words, China very well knows what our preferences are. China knows what our preferences are, what type of videos we watch, what are we doing. China is literally monitoring it. The idea behind digital rupee is to leave out banks and UPIs out of it. This is the concept. Getting the picture here. So this again, like I have told you earlier rupees 2000 was there. Then we had the new 500 rupees. Then we had the 200. Then we had new 100. Then we had new 50. Then new 20. Now 2000 has been chucked out. 500 is the highest currency. But the future, I will tell you, probably you will only have rupees 20 as the highest denomination available in the market. The rest all will get chucked out. 500 will be the next to chuck out. When it will happen, I don't know. My prediction would be most probably after 2029. But can happen before that also. Can happen. Because right now, if you see the number of people who are actually holding on to physical cash declining day by day. And anybody who gets a 500, they won't be like, yes, I got 500. No, they'll be like, are chutta, where will I get a change for this? That is the first thought that goes into the head. 500 today has the same emotion as the 2000 earlier. 2000 when you get, you are never happy. Same thing. See, crypto market is unstable, right? Crypto market, that is different. Crypto market is very speculative. That is just like your share market. Whereas the central bank digital currency that we are talking about, CBDC or digital rupee that we are talking about, that is backed by RBI, or in other words, Government of India. So that question is never going to happen. Getting the point here? It will lead to high acceptance. Don't worry, because this is what people thought before 2016, that UPI and all people will never accept. There is that very famous speech given by Mr. P. Chidambaram in the parliament. Today, if you see, people who are totally illiterate, even they have a small QR code scanner. Rupees 15 received. Thank you. That comes out. They may not know to read and write, but they know to listen to it and they know, okay, payment has come. Similarly, this also will get accepted. The reason being that internet penetration is increasing. That is the foremost reason. So let us say, and it is pretty much close to what? 90% now. Internet penetration. Sorry. 1 minute. The moment it touches 90% internet penetration, you can make the whole thing digital. Whole thing. I am not removing completely the currency, because when you talk about what about poor people? Poor people will require only maximum what? A 20 rupees. They need only currency to do transaction, right? 20 rupees. Maximum transaction, how much money will they make? Will they make 2 crore or 3 crore in a year? No way. For them, 20 rupees, small denominations are there. That is the idea. Absolutely. See, cryptocurrency, it will be backed, moonlight. It will be backed. But how it will be backed, what will be its type of working, even now it is only speculation. We will have to wait till RBI comes out with its full draft policy. I mean, it has already come out with a draft, but we'll have to wait for the full-fledged policy to happen. Clear? Yes, it will require blockchain technology. No doubt about it. So you can read that article. Next thing is gravitational waves. Now, what do you mean by gravitational waves? Afi, end of the class, we will discuss all those. Everything will be digital, no doubt about it. Gravitational wave simply means, so okay, let me just add one more point to this. One more point. So in this thing again, like I told you, eventually currencies will be maximum of rupees 50 or rupees 20. Why? Because everything will move into CBDC, which is digital rupee. And on top of it, government has already passed the income tax bill 2025, which allows the IT authorities to monitor social media. To get US visa, now the condition is, for the last 5 years, whatever posts you made in FB, Instagram, should be made public. Whatever posts you made. European Union, if you are less than 15 years of age, no social media. You won't be allowed to access social media or have a social media account if you are less than 15 years of age. Similar rule is also there in Australia. What does this all indicate? Era of 100% digital surveillance. 100%. So nobody can say it is only happening in India. India does not have this. China started this first. China monitors every social media account there. China has a Chinese version of Facebook. China has a Chinese version of WhatsApp. Not the WhatsApp what you and I are using. Not the Facebook what we are using. China started it. Today, every so-called democratic countries or so-called, we believe in human rights, etc. They're all moving into digital surveillance. Got the picture here? And also to mention what, not to forget the fact that Supreme Court also said it very clearly. Pegasus, in the case of Pegasus, which is a spy software allegedly being used by the Indian government. What is wrong in using a spy software for matters of national security? This is the ruling given. Even in the very famous Puttaswamy judgment also, Supreme Court made it very clear, right to privacy is not absolute. Got the point here, people? Got it? Exactly. Why India don't follow this? India don't for what? Nah, Anshika, not at all. That same people are easily accepting the direct benefit transfer, Aadhaar-enabled payment system. Don't underestimate rural economy that much. People are used to it now. People are getting used to it. It is not at all like, oh my God, digital currency, we are not able to. No. That Zaman and all has gone. UPI has clearly proved it. That digital transactions are on the rise. Very good, Arvind. No, custom duty is different. Shravan, custom duty simply means I am importing original Harley Davidson, not the one what they are manufacturing now with collaboration. The original Harley Davidson, I am importing it. The little boy, beautiful bike. I am importing it from USA. When I'm buying it from USA, I have to pay 100% customs duty on it. 100%. Why 100%? Because it's a completely built unit. That is customs duty. Anti-dumping duty simply means even after I put customs duty also, the price is still lesser. The price is still lesser than the original manufacturing cost. Even after I put customs duty also, when I'm saying the price is still so less. Why? Because then I did a homework and I found out that whoever is selling the product in India, purposefully they have kept the price low to destroy the domestic market. On them, I impose anti-dumping duty. Custom system, caste system. Wonderful. All the best with that. Gravitational waves. Gravitational waves means I will tell you in a very simple way. Take a stone, throw it in a pond. You will get ripples. Correct? Ripples will keep moving, moving, moving. Probably it will go till the edge of the pond and it will stop there. Similarly, gravitational waves are also released in space. But space, we know you have lot of galaxies, correct? You have lot of galaxies are there. So, this alone could be Milky Way. And there could be 1 million galaxies here, 1 million galaxies here, other million, trillions of galaxies in different parts. So, any event takes place, one explosion took place, supernova explosion, or two stars collided, two black holes collided. All of these will release what? Waves. And these waves will keep moving because there is nothing to stop them in space. No friction, nothing. It will keep moving. Those movements will be sensed inside our Milky Way. So in the Milky Way, which is our galaxy, in one tiny spot, one blue color planet is there, with a little bit of greenery here and there. And that is our Earth. So when these waves are generated, that waves are detected even on Earth. Right now, as I am speaking with you, or as you are listening to my class, you will basically, we are all got gravitational waves are exposed to gravitational waves. Sir, will we get cancer? No. Gravitational waves are one of the most weakest waves. They don't have that frequency strong enough to alter our DNA or penetrate. I mean, they may penetrate, they can not penetrate also that level. They will move around us. Everywhere it is there. But even if we are getting exposed to it, it does not have that high level of frequency to alter our chromosome or genetic material. Got the point here? Why we need to study them? Because through them, we can learn about the evolution of the universe. Clear? They were first detected by LIGO, Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory in 2015, which basically detected two black holes 1.3 billion light years away. LY is light years. Detectors LIGO in USA, Virgo in Italy, Kagra in Japan, Geo 600 in Germany. Names are important from prelims perspective. Future projects are LISA, Laser Interferometer Space Antenna, which will be kept in space. In space, we will keep one antenna, basically to detect these waves, outer space. Then you have LILA, Laser Interferometer Lunar Antenna. Very simple. Lunar antenna means where are we going to keep it? We are going to keep it on the moon. Why on the moon? No disturbances. Nothing is there on the moon, right, to disturb the moon. Here on planet Earth, we know that there are so many signals are there. There is telecom signals are there. Internet is there. Honking is there. Animals are screaming, shouting. All these are there. I don't want to detect any of those. I only want to detect gravitational wave. So I keep it where? I keep it in place where very less distraction is there. On the moon, and outside space. Then SCA, Square Kilometer Array. Square Kilometer Array, where am I going to place it? Australia. Why? There again, empty vast space is there. Empty stretches of land is there. There I will go and place it to detect these gravitational waves. Decihertz gap to be bridged by lunar detectors. What does this mean? Decihertz. Right now, in our understanding, we have detected the initial frequencies of what? Gravitational wave, and almost the final frequencies also. Whereas the middle ones that is there, we have no clue about it. This we are planning to get a grip over it through Leela, what is kept on lunar surface. Clear? Moving on now. This is like your cosmic raga. LIGO detects the high notes. SCA is the base. That is base. Leela is the middle. Leela will help in detecting the middle. Scientific use, it will help in studying black holes, galaxy formation, early Big Bang signals. Greener e-waste recycling. FJHCl2 process. FJHCl2 process means flash joule heating plus chlorination for rare earth recovery. Who has discovered or rather invented, come out with this process? Rice University. They have come out with this process. What is this process about? Waste electronic products are there. For nanosecond, you pass high electricity into it. High electricity. For short duration. Boom, like that. When you pass it like that, with that high, because of that high energy, what will happen? You will be able to melt most of the metals, etc. Plus chlorine into it. Metal and chlorine will react and form metal chloride. Then from that metal chloride, later you can extract the metal out. This way, you can yield efficiency of more than 90% and purity. Energy you require, on energy you will save 87%, emissions 84%, cost 50%. How? See, if I am actually have to get a rare earth element, it is a difficult task. I have to do a lot of mining, digging, destroy the environment, cut the trees, because these are all lying below the much below the ground level. So compared to the extraction process from waste, if you are generating these metals, you are able to extract these metals out. Your energy consumption reduces by 87%, emission by 84%, and cost by 50%. Rare earth elements extracted so far are samarium, neodymium, and cobalt from discarded magnets. And the whole process produces no acidic or liquid waste. Solid byproducts that comes out of it are highly reusable. Clear? You are right, Vinod Subramaniam. How are you, Vinod sir? All right. What is meant by light years? Light years, you tell me, dear. What is light year? Light year is basically a measure of distance. Time taken by the light to what? Basic it is. Space technology. Find it out and tell me. Now we are going to deal with another chemical component, EG and DEG, ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol. Earlier we had dealt with monoethylene glycol, MEG, which was used for what? Polyethylene. Polyester. Polyester fabric. For that it is used. We had read about it. Where polyester manufacturers told, please remove anti-dumping duty on monoethylene glycol. This is the current affair what we saw. Similar to this, two other products are there. That is ethylene glycol and DEG. Why were these in use? Ethylene glycol and DEG, when if it is present inside, was found to be present inside a cough syrup, which actually led to and if it is present inside your cough syrup, for adults, high level of damage won't happen. But for babies, especially babies less than 2 years old, it will damage their kidney, and babies did die. Got the point here? Very good. Distance in space measured in speed of light. Distance in space measured in speed of light. Speed of light, or the time taken by the light to reach the earth. Speed, we know, light speed does not change, right? Speed of light is always the same. 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. That light, how much time will it take to reach the earth? Very good, very good. Key chemicals. Glycerin, sorbitol, propylene glycol. These are used in syrups, toothpaste, and cosmetics. Why? Glycerin, sorbitol, propylene glycol. See, these are basically used to deliver another component. They are almost like your carriers. Carriers, these are non-reactive. That means I have a main drug or a main, let us say, whiteness, fairness cream is there. To deliver that, I use these. Or to deliver a medicine, what has the therapeutic effect we call, what will help in curing, I use these. And the thing with ethylene glycol and DEG is that this EG and DEG, structurally, not structurally, to see visually as well as taste, if you see, it is just like glycerin. Until and unless you do a proper chemical test, you won't know whether it is glycerin or EG or DEG. And glycerin is costly. EG, DEG are cheap. So thanks to the people in our country who are very unscrupulous, just to earn a few extra bucks, what do? Instead of using glycerin, they use this industrial chemical. And that industrial chemical, they put it in cough syrup. Babies had it, they died. Is it the first time that this is happening? No. The earliest report of EG, DEG contamination had come in the 1980s. In fact, world over, we have plenty of cases where in Uzbekistan 18 deaths, Gambia 66, Indonesia 178, and in India in 1986. All EG, DEG poisoning. That means even after 40 or 39 odd years, we have still not learnt anything. Still people are violating the law. Still people are mixing this. Still people are doing it. Why? Agencies are not doing their job. Got the point here? Correct? Correct? Framework. You have Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. CDSCO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, plus State Drug Authorities, plus IPC standards, Pharmacopoeia control. All these standards are there, but none of them are doing their job. What is the main reason for it? If we are having so many authorities, Drugs and Cosmetics Act, there is a Central Drug Control Body, there is a State Drug Control Body, then there is an Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission is also there. All these bodies are there. What are they doing then? Reason is simple. Creating bodies, we are very, very good at it. We are great at it. But we don't have what? Financial independence. To conduct a raid also, we don't have money. That also you need approval from your department. That is the main point. Until and unless a government order comes, go conduct raid, go conduct surprise raid, surprise visit, check this, check that. No way anybody is going to know about this. And some of these manufacturing, these cough syrup manufacturing, they don't happen in big labs and all. Some manufacturing happens inside home. Small scale industry. How will I get to know where it is? I mean, such a big country. In some corner of the house, these things could be manufactured. Got the point here? This is the reality. So, updated standards for 5 excipients. Like, what are excipients? Glycerin, propylene glycol, sorbitol, and liquid maltitol. Sorbitol, again, 2 types are there. The one which will crystallize and the one which will non-crystallize. What do you mean by excipients? These will not react with the chemical formula present in the drug. They won't react. They'll help in delivering it. Consider them to be like waiters. They will deliver the tea, they will deliver the coffee. I mean, some waiters are there, they'll put their finger in the coffee before delivering it. That is different. Here, nothing like that. They will just deliver it. Clear? Coral Triangle Cryobank. Coral Triangle Cryobank. Those of you who are near your atlas, please grab it. I've always told you, when you're attending my current affair class, grab your atlas. So grab your atlas immediately. Please mark these countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Solomon Islands, Timor, let's say, Papua New Guinea. Mark these islands. They will constitute one triangle. And what is the triangle called? Coral Triangle. What is its total size? 5.7 million square kilometer, or roughly put 6 million square kilometer square. It contains 75% global coral species, 1/3 of reef fish, and 6 out of 7 turtle species. Between 2009 to 18, 14% was lost. Projected to lose 70 to 90% will collapse by 2050 if warming goes more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. This is actually called the Amazon of the sea. Cryobank project of Philippines and Taiwan network, which will carry out a process called vitrification at minus 196 degrees Celsius. Laser thaw species will be protected to include Poecilopora, Acropora, Galaxia, and also preserve the Symbiodiniaceae. Let us understand this now. So a coral triangle is there. It is undergoing loss. We need to protect it. So what is the solution now? A cryobank project. Cryo means deep freeze, cryogenic. What is the idea here? So I will take the larvae of the coral. I will apply a chemical on it. Okay. Then I will put it into deep freeze. What temperature? Minus 196 degrees Celsius. I will preserve it. Just like a sperm bank, just like an ovary bank. Alright, I'll preserve it. When to use it? Much later. So in the future, in case the loss starts increasing, what will I do? Using laser, I will thaw it. Thawing it means I will remove the ice from it. And then I can reintroduce it back to its original environment. This is the project, jointly held by Philippines and Taiwan. Interesting thing is, Taiwan doesn't feature in the list of Coral Triangle, but it is part of the project that will revive it. Why do you call it vitrification? Because after you apply that chemical and you deep freeze it, it will have a glassy like coating. Just like your vitrified tile is there, which will have a glassy finish. Like that, it will have a glassy finish. All right. Correct, Vinod. Sir. Invasive alien species. Globally, you have 37,000 alien species. Around 3,500 are harmful. That means close to 10%. 139 documented invasive species are there, which are mainly insects. Examples include yellow crazy ant, Lantana camara, Prosopis juliflora, water hyacinth. Aquatic 626 alien species threaten 1,070 native freshwater fish. What is the issue here? They can alter soil or water chemistry, disrupt the food chain. For example, Prosopis juliflora. This was originally introduced basically to reduce the salt content present in the soil. That was the purpose for which it was introduced. Today what has happened is 60% of the bunny grassland, it has overtaken. $1 million question now, where is bunny grassland? Bunny grassland is in Gujarat. Note the name, people. Names. Absolutely, Abhijita. Because see, minus 196 degrees Celsius is not a joke, right? Farm fire and satellite detection. So the comedy part I will tell you here now. Farm fire, satellite detection. So overall, what is the news is? The news is basically telling that stubble burning has gone down by 70%. Okay. Stubble burning has reduced by 70%. Everybody are clapping. Yes, finally we have done it. Punjab and Haryana farmers have finally understood the problem of stubble burning. But when they finally went ground level to see the land or the area or the farms that are burned, they found that there is a slight increase compared to previous years. Now, how is it possible that total stubble burning reduced by 70%, but ground level when you go to see, actual increase is more? Reason I will tell you now. Very simple. So, farmers also have understood, if you burn your farm at a stretch, so that will take acres and acres of land, means in one day and all, it will not finish burning. It will keep burning for days together. All right, days together, weeks together. Satellite is moving, right? Satellite will pick it up. Then satellite will report it. Instantaneously that report will come that burning has started. Because easy. Thermal image, cameras are there, it will detect. Immediately authorities will come, they'll start putting fine on the farmers. Supreme Court order is there to take strict action against people who are burning, doing stubble burning. So authorities also have no choice. They have to do it. Now, if I am an intelligent farmer, what will I do? I'm not going to do the burning at a stretch. Little by little only I will do. Today little, tomorrow little, day after tomorrow little. And when I am doing that, when do I do it? I also have information about when the satellite will pass overhead. These satellites, whatever we are talking about, these are low Earth orbit satellites. The low Earth orbit satellites means these are very, very fast moving satellites these are. So one single spot on Earth, they may cover it, maybe in a single day, they may cover it 8 times or 16 times. Depends at what distance you have placed it. Low Earth orbit satellites are basically satellites that are placed 1000 kilometer, less than 1000 kilometer above the surface of the Earth. So what will happen here is 8 times, 16 times. That means there will be a schedule to it. I will burn it exactly after the satellite has passed. Then I will wait. Then I will wait. Again it passes, then I will burn it again. Again it is about to come on, again I will stop burning. This way, doing this in this manner, satellites take daily thermal images, weekly burnt area maps. However, short fires are undetected. So I know the timings, accordingly only I will do it. Number 1. Number 2, Ulta scenario, what is the problem with these maps also, or with these satellites also? They detect multiple detections for same fire. Example, Patiala, 2 acres. 3 records. Patiala, there was a land, an area, a farmer's land, where 2 acres of land is there. In that 2 acres of land, it went and detected 3 fire. When they actually went and checked it, it was only 1 fire. That means satellite is also having glitches. Farmers have also become chalak. So the comedy, the irony is that recordically, yes, 70% stubble burning has come down. Yeah. Ground level, burnt area has increased. Clear, people? How do they know when satellite is moving? That and all is easy, brother. See, we are not talking about very, very, very poor farmers and all. These farmers have absolute connections everywhere. It does not rocket science, because what will happen is they will discuss among themselves. That is one thing. The other thing is to get these people in contact. When, what time will they do it? Because you see, now let us think it from the farmer's side. Farmer's side also, see, I am having only 2 acres of land. 2 acres of land, I am doing farming. I cannot bring the big threshers and shredders here, where the cost is maybe 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Not 5 lakhs and all, I don't think you will get. About 15 lakhs, let us say. 15 lakhs if I bring a thresher or a shredder. Let us say even if I buy it also, where will I keep it? Have you seen that machine? It's such a huge machine. Let's say 2 tractors kept side by side. That big it is. Where will I go and store it? So, Investing on a machine is ruled out. What is the next option? For 2 acres of land, probably I will have to hire laborers. So for 1 acre, roughly you need 10 to 20 people. Easily. If you need to cut everything. Chalo, 10 people. 2 acres, 10 people only you keep. But at least 3 or 4 days job. That money from where it will come? Who will give me that money? So I cannot hire laborers. I cannot go for big machines. Both the options are ruled out. What is the only other option left? Easiest option. It is already summer season or it is dry season. Dry season it is. It won't rain now. Already the stubble, it is dry. Just give a little bit of fuel and put a fire. It will burn. My problem is solved instantaneously. Getting the point here. And 86% of farmers in our country, they are small and marginal. What other option do they have? Got the point here. Stubble burning is a problem, Anvesha, because whatever stubble is burned, for example, Areva. These days my India is looking beautiful. Whatever stubble you're burning in Punjab and Haryana region, this region here, that smoke will rise up. That smoke rises up and then where does it go and settle? It settles bang here. And what is that region there? That is your Delhi NCR region. That is where it goes and settles. Why? October month now. Whatever burning they did there, Punjab, Haryana, that smoke rose, comes over here. Winter season is almost starting. It starts settling down over here. It settles there. Unable to breathe. Delhi one visit, you know, the recently also, I don't know how people are surviving there. It has become very pathetic than what I was when I was there in Delhi some 13 years ago, 14 years ago. Skin started coming out, like a face mask, it started coming out. Getting the point here. That is how pathetic it is. Keep speaking the language. Defense and strategic affairs. Again, straight away one thing. We are moving into, or rather we have already moved into what is called as theater command. Theater command means Navy, Air Force, Army, AI, engineers, drones, all this will be deployed. If any attack happens within 24 to 48 hours, this will be deployed and all this will be under one commander. During Operation Sindoor, what we had done is, Sindoor, we kept a naval deterrent, naval upfront. That is, we kept our navy off the coast of Karnataka. Okay, not this big. We cannot make a warship which is bigger than India. Always some sense should be there when you make a diagram. We kept a naval vessel here. Why we kept it here? This is where you have Karachi. To put it in Tamil, Yenna Tandi, Todra, Pakala. It means try crossing, try touching any of the coast here. Crossing me, try touching any of our ports here. Just try. And I will show you what I am capable of. That is the reason why Pakistan never deployed any of their boats here. Any of their submarine boats, nothing they didn't even bother because Navy was standing there. Let me see what are you going to do, because we would have finished Karachi. You would have destroyed Karachi. And next time that is going to happen. Guaranteed. Can't we use it to make biomanure? Again, who will cut it, Padma Priya? Biomanure you can make, no doubt about it. But who will cut it? Laborers are required or machines are required. Now, even if, let us say, again, going back to our stubble burning topic now. Even if, let us say, a 2-acre farm is there here, another 5-acre farm is here, then 7-acre farm, then 8-acre farm. Okay, farms are there. Everywhere stubble is there. So, who is that time in Delhi? Padmapriya. Padmapriya is the collector here. Padmapriya will come up with a solution. Okay, all right. Let us get all the farmers together. Let me go and talk to them. Let them all come together. I'll ask them to share the price of a thresher. Share the price of a thresher. That is, that will cut. That machine will cut. You would have seen it. It's a big. It has this type of a wheel. As it moves, what happens is, whatever stubbles are there, this will, each one of this is a blade. It'll cut it. Chuck, 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 it'll cut. So Padmapriya thinks, okay, she has come up with a master plan. A thresher is there. 50% subsidy will come from government. Another 50%, the farmers, let them come together and put a share. She will even make a farmers producer organization or a cooperative society. Padmapriya is going with full josh, full vigor. She goes there. She calls the farmers. She tells this brilliant idea. That time she gets to know, no, they won't cooperate with each other. Why? They won't cooperate thanks to caste. The caste system's problem is, it will be like, it is okay if I have to burn all the stubble here, and if police arrest me, I am okay with that. Like, and I am never going to be part of anything which will give benefit to him also. That I will not do. Where benefit will come to that 8-acre fellow, I will not do it. I will not indulge in it. My grandparents never did it. Now I will also not do it. We have our usul. We have our parampara to protect. This is the reason. Got the point here? This is the problem in our country. We finally tried to come with logic and a solution. Don't worry. Caste will come over there. Religion will come over there. Then what else to do? Padmapriya will end up pulling her hair. AI-driven warfare, automation, drones, precision weapons. 2025 reforms include inter-services organization rules for joint disciplinary powers. That means controlling all the service together. Casteless society ever possible in India? Abhijita, is it possible that there will be a Rajinikanth movie where he will die in the climax? Is it possible? A Rajinikanth movie where he will die in the climax? Or a Salman Khan movie where he will die in the climax? Today's scenario, you tell me. Is it possible? And that is your answer. Combined Commanders Conference 2025 Kolkata. Year of Reforms, Transformation for the Future. Cyberspace Special Operations. Headquarters, Indian Defense Services. Integrated Battle Groups, Rudra and Bhairav. Within 12 to 48 hours, you can deploy them. Joint Doctrine 2017, Land Warfare 2018, Amphibious 2025. Joint Doctrine, that means deploying forces together. That is the answer. Land Warfare 2018. Amphibious means water and land together. Navy and army together. Systems. Akash Tir, missile again. Command and Control System Network. IACCS, Integrated Air Command and Control System Link. Pralay missile. Procurement, MQ-9B drones and Rafale M jets. Integration agenda, civil military fusion. DRDO, DPSU, private sector, universities. That means we are literally bringing research scholars, AI engineers, everything together to deal with the war. Yash has died in KGF. Danya, no, she has not died. He has only become, that is a dream. KGF 3 will open with him waking up from the dream. Oh my God, I thought I was in my swimming pool, and he will wake up. Don't worry. He did not die. What? Danya. Don't know the basics of commercial movies. Alienation of affection, tort of marriage interference. I will tell what this law is. So, husband. Okay. Then the wife. Indian wives are generally sad. Then you have the girlfriend of the husband. Okay. So, husband is having an affair with her, or this is basically what you call as adultery. Adultery. wife gets to know about this. Okay. Adultery is no more a criminal crime. Sare Malayaliano. Malayaliana. So, in between, so basically, Indian wife is here. Adultery, cheating on your wife or cheating on your husband is no more a criminal offense. It is only a civil offense. That means no punishment for this. Earlier, the comedy was if adulteration is being done, that is, husband is cheating on the wife with another female, means it was a criminal offense where only the male used to be punished. He will go to jail. What about this female? She will go to destroy the next home. Okay, wife also Govinda. But now no more criminal punishment. Adultery is not a criminal offense. It is only what? It is only a civic offense. If the wife knows that husband has committed adultery, she can file for divorce. Obviously, what will happen? She will get alimony. This much I know you people are aware. Now, what is the new development that has happened is, wife can file a case against whom? Wife can file a case against this female here, telling that because of her, my husband's affection, I lost. Alienation of affection. I lost my husband's affection towards me because of this female. And if it is proven in a court of law, means she can take compensation from her also. Now, that is the Indian wife with the cooling glass now. All right. Now the Indian wife is very, very happy because Indian wife always loves money, money. Anyway, so now it is like double dhamaka for the wife. Jingalala. Why? Husband also will come to his underwear. This female also will be reduced in her underwear. Indian wife will get financial compensation completely. Ashutosh Biswal. Wife should also give compensation if she has cheated. Well, as per Indian law, wife giving alimony, it is a rare event. I'm not telling that it is not there. It is a rare event. Because first of all, you should be a mard of epic proportion. Correct? You are letting go of a female who cheated on you. Now, why will you take money from her? Simple logic. Most men won't do that. They'll be like, Appa, Sami, you go. I don't want 1 rupee from you. Just give me my freedom back. The alimony concept is not there. But let me tell you now, one happy news for all the boys of there. Don't even know that the guy was married. Again that, why will they always, women. Yesterday also in my CCA batch, one woman only asked this question. One girl only asked, so what if this female didn't know that this fellow was married? We are not living in 15th century. Today everybody will get to know. Just a simple inquiry you do rounds, you will get to know that whether this guy was married or not. Anyway, happy news I will tell you. Kerala High Court, basically, a husband, wife cheated on the husband with another fool. Okay. Husband filed a case against this guy, saying that he needs 1 crore. High Court asked him to pay 37 lakhs. That means all hope is not lost yet. Even husbands also can sing Jingalala, Jingalala, Jingalala. 37 lakhs. Getting the point here? But even a case on parents could be charged for loving someone else. True. Today, that is the other thing. Thank you, Ishika. Alienation of affection, you can file it against your parents also. That is, if your parents are not loving you, you can file a case against your parents. In India, love of God, don't file. You file it means before that, take a nice photo and keep, smiling photo. You can put it on the wall later. Your parents will murder you. They will literally prove that, yes, they don't love you also, they hate you now for putting a case against them. That is the law. Again, the only thing what we have to understand here is this is grounded in Article 21, privacy and autonomy. Clear? Right to die with dignity. This is again a case. Now, multiple cases are coming with regard to this. Read only what is given now. But the thing is, two cases. Or the original parent case was one of Aruna Schonborg. Aruna Schonborg was raped, was the nurse working in a hospital in Mumbai. She was raped by one of the staff there. So before the rape, what he did was that he used a dog leash. He put it around her neck and tightened it. And then he raped her. So that whole, even after committing the act, he did not remove the leash from her neck. He kept it tightly over there. What happened? Oxygen and blood circulation to the brain got cut off completely. So roughly from 1980s onwards, more than 30 or 40 years, she was in a vegetable state, completely in coma. So what the Supreme Court allowed was you can go for passive euthanasia. Passive euthanasia does not mean allowed to die. It only means, does not mean you kill a person. No, it only means the person is alive through artificial life support. Artificial life support, that is a life support system, means they are breathing or their heart is working only through a life support system. That is a machine basically. Machine is doing the breathing. Machine is, pumping the blood, etc. You switch off the machine, the person will die. Then you can withdraw the life support system. Allowed to die is not an option. Life support system, that only through that they are living means, then fine. Withdrawing the life support system, if the person dies, then it is allowed. But two cases came to Supreme Court very recently regarding this. One was rabies victims, to allow them to die with dignity. That is one case which has gone to Supreme Court. We need to wait for further orders. The other one is to do with a husband and wife, parents of a 20-something-year-old boy. He was studying, and again, like any parent, they bought a bike for him. He met with a very bad accident. Neck down, he's paralyzed. He's breathing by himself, etc. That is there. But other than that, nothing is working in his body. They have spent more than 50% of their total earnings, their fortune, their assets, everything already for his treatment alone. Because he needs a nurse, he needs special type of diet, food, everything. So they had applied for a petition. They had put a petition that to allow their son to die. Court rejected it. The reason being that he is still alive. No artificial support system. It is just that he is bedridden. Neck down, he is completely paralyzed. None of his senses are working. But court denied the request. So isn't that a violation of right to die with dignity? Because when you're paralyzed, etc., let me tell you, the person, even if they want to talk, it will be, this is the sound that they make. That sound is enough for anybody to cry. Even if you're not related to that person, you'll end up crying because that helplessness, the anguish, they themselves will feel that frustration, that this is all that I can do now. I'm not able to move my body. Even they will be crying. The patient also will be crying at times. But question here is, isn't that against their dignity? Who wants to be in a coma? Who wants to be in a coma? So this topic is something we need to watch out for. It will keep popping up in the news again. We'll have to look out for Supreme Court rulings. Clear? Nuclear energy bill. Again, just read it only. Why I will tell you. Why I am mentioning it also here. It is still in its draft format. Purpose of the bill is again to bring private players into what? Private players into nuclear energy. So far, private players are not allowed here. Only government players are there. But the idea is to bring private players into it because world over, private players are coming in. Private players world over are taking the lead in actually coming up with micro reactors. Micro reactors, mini reactors. Micro reactors are something like very, very small reactors that can be used for powering a building or for 4 or 5 buildings. Mini reactors are like they can give power for one metro city, like the size of Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, etc. World over, these research on these reactors are being done by whom? Private players. Whereas in India, everything is under what? Government. So this nuclear energy bill proposes entry of private players into nuclear energy. It's a proposal. So wait till we get the full-fledged article. No need to take down the notes right away itself. Wait, these things will come out. Hospitals cannot do it. Hospitals also, there is a process to it. The process is, first thing, there should be a living will or family consent. Living will means, for example, certain couples will do that. That is, if at all I am in a vegetable state, if at all I get into a coma, and they are put me under some life support system, take it out. Don't put me like that. Allow me to die. Some parents will make it, some husbands will make it, some wives will make it. Living will is there, 90% of trouble is over. Otherwise, you need family consent. That is the first step. Family should say, it is okay, let him die. Second thing is what? A dual medical board should be there. Medical board should be able to basically say that there is no chance, no stretch of imagination by which this person will get back to a healthy life. Not even a 1% chance is there. But what if the medical board says there is a 5%, less than 5% chance of coming back means Supreme Court will hold on to that. Court, that is, it is entirely monitored by High Court. Where approval has to be given within 48 hours once the medical board's decisions comes out. Once they say there is a less than 5% chance also, court will say still, that means some 4 or 3% chances that this person will come back to life. Petition is rejected. This is the process here. Got the point here? You can't help it. Nuclear weapons, see, that way it will does not going to happen. Private sector is there in defense technology. Anil Ambani's Reliance is involved in manufacturing certain critical components for Rafale. Is he manufacturing it and selling abroad? You will lose your license and you will go to jail. Digital era, like I told you, everything will be QR coded, everything will be, tracked. Every last unit will be tracked. Clear? Personality rights and AI deepfakes. Personality rights and AI deepfakes. So, Article 21 talks about right to life and personal liberty. Now, this has evolved, and it has gone up to what? Personality rights. Personality rights means, for example, Amitabh Bachchan started this off, AB, where he said his voice should not be misused. Oh, Amitabh Bachchan, hi. That's that voice, that powerful voice. Remove the voice out of Amitabh Bachchan, then that's it. What Amitabh, what Bachchan. Nothing will be left to Bachchan. So the point here is Amitabh Bachchan filed a litigation telling that people are misusing his voice to do what? To do all sorts of scams. Delhi High Court, Amitabh Bachchan 2022, a blanket ban on unauthorized use of his name, voice or even his image. That is basically protecting the personality. Extended to Anil Kapoor, Aishwarya Rai, Abhishek Bachchan, Karan Johar 24-25. Again, I can understand Anil Kapoor, Aishwarya Rai, Karan Johar here. Why Abhishek Bachchan is there, God Almighty knows. Any which ways. Article 21 plus intellectual property law plus unfair trade principles. What is it? See, my voice, my face should be used only by those people for whom I have given approval. Nagarjuna is also there. Correct. Nagarjuna Kineni. Even if the parents ask the doctor to stop the treatment, Abhijita, that means you are actually killing. That is murder. Culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Parents say, we don't have money. That's it. We are stopping. You do whatever you want. You can't do that. You can't do that. That is actually culpable homicide not amounting to murder. That is what it is. The hospital will basically ask, okay, then take them to the government hospital then. That's it. All right. So, to protect it, the precedent for it started from R. Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu in 1994. That means this is something, personality protection is something which is there in US law. We are having it now. Active euthanasia is a crime, correct? TET ruling. TET ruling is it's a funny ruling is what I would say. So, Article 21A, you have right to education, correct? RTE. That means 6 to 14 years, children should get quality education. As part of this quality education, it is important that teachers also should have a certain quality. We keep seeing, right, teachers who don't even know Tuesday, Wednesday spelling. So they say Tuesday, for example, of a certain teacher from a certain state, she basically said Tusade, Manasade, Tasade, Friday. So Tusade spelling according to her starts this. Because how she pronounces it, that is how she writes it. This is the quality of a teacher in a government school. Then another teacher is even more brilliant. She doesn't know simple multiplication and she teaches maths. Some of you would have watched that video, you know which schools or which state I am talking about. So it is important that the teachers have minimum quality, and that is why they need to clear this test called Teachers Eligibility Test. The Supreme Court basically said that teachers have to be TET qualified. If they are not qualified, then they should be removed. Comedy part is, in Tamil Nadu alone, if we implement the Supreme Court ruling, then almost 4 lakh teachers will lose their job. This is the story in Tamil Nadu means, imagine for the whole country. Imagine for the whole country. Got the point here? So, on one side, I am trying to implement Article 21A. But on another side, what is getting violated? Article 19. My right to profession. Plus, my right to a life with dignity. You're chucking out both. Getting the picture here? This is a classic case of you do it, you're damned. You don't do it, you're still damned. The Supreme Court, many people now have filed a review petition. Kerala and Tamil Nadu has filed a review petition and they are awaiting a final decision from the Supreme Court. So we will also wait. We will also wait. How did they get the job? Money. See, I have a friend. I mean, he is also working in PW, but he is a chemistry professor. So he is somebody who has passed out from IIT, NIT, IISc. All right, he has a doctorate in chemistry. Doctorate in chemistry. So imagine what is his qualification then. When he applied for a few universities in our country, you know what they told? He is overqualified. That is what they told. You're overqualified for the job. So I said, then what did you reply, sir? He said, what will I say? They said, you're overqualified. I just smiled and came out. I said, no. You should have told them, take whatever qualification you want. You take only that much. Remain, you give it back and hire me for the job. And this guy, I'm telling you, if you sit in his class, listen to his chemistry, any one lecture, if you listen, you will fall in love with chemistry. Beautiful handwriting, very beautiful notes, like master of chemistry. No doubt about it. He loves his subject. Such a person, now okay, he's working with PW. I'm not telling the PW is a bad place, but why didn't he get a job in any proper university in our country? Because ultimately, even if you are net qualified, it doesn't matter. You should have another thing with you. Money. The irony is that, be it TET or NET, qualified people, you have plenty in the country. But what they don't have, they don't have money. So, bribe is not an option for them. They won't get the job. What about the next category? The Dagalti category or the 420 category? They don't have TET or NET. That also a huge number is there. Because obviously our grandparents did not have any other better job other than baby manufacturing. Plenty are there in our country who don't have TET and NET, but they have money. So they will get the job. That is the reason why Supreme Court came out with this conclusion that only TET qualified teachers. Getting the point here? Only TET qualified. I am taking basically the questions from both the sections. Ayushna also state that those whom their last stage will not have resigned. That is, Rahul, that is a suggestion that has been given now. That is for people who has left only 5 years to retire. Less than 5 years to retire. And especially those of you who have joined before 2009, because this directive came in, that is TET qualification directive came in 2010. I mean, implemented in 2010, came in 2009. So for teachers who have joined before that, if only 5 years is left to retire, then no need of TET. But more than 5 years is left to retire, then within 2 years you have to take TET. Otherwise, you will be removed from the service. That is what? Audio is vague, K, Azal, clerk. They become teachers, correct? See, corruption is there. All right. Special intensive revision. Now, the special intensive revision, this again, nobody discussed it this time. Everybody were telling, Bihar, vote chori, sir, what is it? What is it? They were all telling. Now, the very recent Supreme Court ruling, what Supreme Court asked to Mr. Prashant Bhushan, who came for these voters who have been removed from the list. Supreme Court asked only one question directly. Can you show me one aggrieved voter? That is a genuine voter who has been removed from the list. Can you show me one? Got the point here? That means whoever has been removed, they are genuine removals. They are genuine removals. That means SIR is an exercise which should be conducted everywhere. Let us understand this now. Voter count 7.89 crore. From there it has reduced to 7.42 crore. Close to 65 lakh names have been removed. Reasons were death, migration, duplication. Women's name most affected. Look at the way the news is written. Women has been affected the most. Women's name has been removed. Abe, women will get married. Bihar is a state with the highest outward migration. Outward migration. Whoever is there in Bihar, if they want to improve their life, they generally don't stay in Bihar. I have nothing against the state of Bihar, but that is a reality. What is real, we have to accept. They move out. And especially in India, wife follows the husband. The husband is going to come to Bangalore and start working here as a laborer. Wife will also follow. So what will happen? Her name will get removed, right? This is the idea. Supreme Court directive, ECI must publish reasons and appeal mechanism should be there. Why they have been removed? Give the reason and an appeal mechanism should be there. Best practices are according to Hindu door-to-door verification, advanced publication, and again multi-ID acceptance. That is Aadhaar also you should accept, ration card you should accept. That is what Hindu is telling. Supreme Court's observation was that, okay, you're telling that close to 4 lakh people have been affected. Supreme Court, one of the judges asked, around 4 lakhs you're telling got affected now from one particular booth. Show me one. Show me one aggrieved party. Simply you cannot give me all these data and numbers and create a narrative. You show me one person who has been aggrieved. Couldn't produce even one. Got the picture here. It is easy to say, oh, vote chori. But yes, show me one aggrieved voter. I am voting here since the last 10 years and why have they removed my name from here? Show me one. This is the point. Clear? This level of when what is it? You have TRP work, etc. Now this is Supreme Court, okay? Mind you, don't come to me now. He is BJP spokesperson. Supreme Court said anything you want to tell, go to Supreme Court now. Supreme Court said this. Now don't come to me. Odisha Panchayat Amendment 2025. Every Yuvraj, come on, every state is rich in it. In Kerala, we give 1 kilo gold. 1 kilo gold, 1 car, at least worth 10 lakhs. This has become a standard now. So for one fellow, I think we had given basically, I think close to 2 kilo gold, 10 lakhs Toyota car, Toyota Yaris. And what was his job basically? This much you are giving. And obviously, not to forget, very, very beautiful woman. All this was given to one fellow who was only an assistant sub-inspector in motor vehicles department. Read that again. And he was hitting this female every day. You know why? Toyota Yaris? Is this of my stature? For my status, you are giving me only a 10 lakhs car? Started punching her, hitting her every day on a regular basis. Finally, she committed suicide. This is what it is. Tamil Nadu, even more better. One case was there. 350 sovereigns of gold. 350 sovereigns. One sovereign is easily 8 grams. Again, with that, again, car was also given. Car was very, very cheap car, 60 to 70 lakhs Volvo car. They were torturing her from the second week of wedding. She finally went to temple. She said she wants to go to temple. She took the car, prayed, came out, sent a voice clip to her father, drank poison, died in that same car in which was gifted by her father to that useless son-in-law. All right. So everywhere it is there. That is why again we come to the single women are the happiest. Got the point? Correct. Odisha Panchayat Amendment. So all the panchayats in our country, first thing is, elections never held on time. This I have discussed multiple times. Elections not held on time. Why? Because the idea is very simple. If panchayats starts taking care of road, health, education, water, sanitation, internet, all these are taken care at the panchayat level means, then why do I need a state government? Central, don't worry. As long as Pakistan is there, don't worry. Central government will be always in demand. Correct? Pakistan. Because for us, whatever it is, cricket match or war, we should defeat Pakistan. That thing is there. So central government will be in demand. Local level panchayats are getting everything done, or municipalities are giving me all these. Then why will I vote for the state government? State election, who will be interested? Nobody. So that is the reason why panchayats and municipalities are always in pathetic condition in our country. The panchayats and municipalities are not even there. Elections are not held properly. Then who handles all this administration? IAS handles it. Got the point here? IAS handles it. So IAS handling all of this, deciding for panchayats and municipalities. Even if you have panchayat members there, even if you have municipal members there, no use. No use basically. Any approval, any project you have to get sanctioned, IAS officer's signature is required. Getting the point here? For example, BDO sanction limit. Block development officer. Sanction limit has been increased from rupees 2 to rupees 10 lakhs. Approval up to rupees 20 lakh. Chairperson 50 lakh. That means Any project, any scheme has to be implemented. Block development officer up to 10 lakhs, block development officer can take decisions by himself or herself. Chairperson who is an IAS officer can decide up to 50 lakhs. Engineers can sanction projects up to 4 crore. Idea why Odisha gave past such a bill is faster bill clearance execution. All rural development we can do very faster. But what is the counter logic to it? It is basically domination by state and central bureaucracy. Elected officials have zero power. That is the reality. Who got in the Odisha Panchayat rules? State government. Odisha government. Crowd management reforms. Crowd management reforms basically means the reforms that have been undertaken in multiple states after a stampede occurred. Which are those states? So first, railways changed their policy after a stampede that took place in Delhi. Karnataka passed the 2025 bill for legal penalties on organizers if they conduct any function in a very small area. Large crowd came in a small area, organizers will be penalized. UP, Gujarat, crowd training and capacity limits, especially after 2 disasters that took place there. Uttarakhand, temple decongestion plans were brought in after stampede occurred in Uttarakhand. Maharashtra, Nasik, Tribhankeshwar Kumbh Mela Authority for Planning. Why? After stampede occurred there. That means in our country, after a disaster happens only, we will frame policies or laws. Safety principles, drones should be used for finding out density hotspots, avoid counterflows, compressive asphyxia, main fatal cause. Counterflows means, let us say you somehow entered into an area where crowd is huge. Never walk opposite, but instead what you should do is walk diagonally. Diagonally you should walk. In case you fall down also, cover your head and neck. Roll sideways. Don't try to get up from the position where you fell. Roll sideways and then get up. Now, what do you mean by compressive asphyxia, main fatal cause? Amount of people are so much to the point where your chest is getting pressed by somebody who is standing here. They are pushing you. From behind also somebody is pushing you. You are unable to breathe now because chest is not able to expand. Slowly, you will, oxygen won't be received in the body and you will faint and fall. Death, guaranteed. Monisha. Then the Karur. Alright, Karur incident again. 41 deaths in Karur. Justice Aruna Jagadishan inquiry ongoing. TN framing new public event law. With that, we come to an end of our current affair class for this week. Any questions, any queries? Now you may ask. I am ND aspirant. Is this good to watch your lectures? Yes, Roshni Singh, you can watch it. See, NDA also, they are going to ask from current affairs. These are current affair lectures. So you need to watch it one or the other way. From the newspaper, you're supposed to be reading. So these are all from the newspaper. So yes, it is good to watch. Basic civic sense can change the scenario. True. But again, see, Aditi, the problem is, we worship. We worship people. That is the problem. So that as long as that worship culture is there, nothing will change. For example, in USA and all, they will literally look at their father's face and they will say, how can you be so stupid, Dad? Oh, you're so dumb, Daddy. That's it. Daddy cannot do anything. Daddy will have to just sit and smile. That's it. Try telling that thing here in India. You will go missing. Nidhi, don't make notes. I've always told this a gazillion number of times. Don't make notes. Instead, please visit the PYQs. Start writing them. Write the previous year questions using latest current affair data. That is what you should do. How our selling problem are solved? Ashish, and didn't understand your question. Palestine attack, not at all important. Thank you, Shakira Heck. Don't take it down. Sheikh Mahbub Venta. Basha. Flying chappal. Chappal alla, knife only will come flying at you. Address quote-based questions in ethics. Okay, that I'll answer. My selling are so wrong. Selling? Oh. We want finance current affair more. Basu Athletic, do one thing. Tell the, the Hindu to publish more current affairs on finance. Please tell them. If they listen to you, it will be fantastic. Long remembrance. Anshika, that is never going to happen. See, let me break the good news to you. Minimum 5 times you have to read any subject. Any subject. Minimum 5 times. Otherwise, you are not going to remember. It is only possible if you have achieved the highest state of nirvana. One reading. Everything went inside. Wow. That is never going to happen. Either you should be a person with zero ego, zero fear, zero anger, zero whatever, jealousy, or doing yogasana on a regular basis. Is none of this you are doing, right? So don't worry. You have to go the humane way. 5 times reading is required. Timing of the comprehensive current affair batch. It is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it is same timing, 7 to 9. Monday and Friday, we will be covering weekly current affair. Wednesday, I will be covering the current affairs from the past, May onwards. Why are they not executed properly? Because no fund. It simply means to get lost. I'm your fan, sir, because of your voice, the way how you motivate the students. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Now, to address that one question, what somebody had asked about how to address the ethics quote. See, when a quote comes in ethics, say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I've already explained this in one of my earlier classes, but again, I will repeat it. This is a quote by Gandhi. What is the common thing written by 90% of the students? Common answer written by 90% of the people who write, who gets, who clears prelims, who have got the opportunity to write their mains exam. A common answer will be, they will start from Champaran Ahmedabad Kheda Satyagraha to the non-cooperation movement, Rowlatt Satyagraha. Okay, the order is different. Then the civil disobedience movement, Salt Satyagraha, Quit India movement. They will write a synopsis of this entire thing. Because obviously, they saw Gandhi. Oh my God, Gandhi's quote. Hare Baba. And they will start writing everything in support of Gandhi. We should be very nice. We shouldn't do that. We should be good. Acche, bache, sache, no, people. We should forgive everything that they will write. If I wanted to know about Champaran Ahmedabad Kheda to all the way till Quit India movement means, then why will I conduct a GS paper 1 exam? In your GS paper 1 only, I already know, I have already evaluated your history knowledge. Again, in the ethics paper, I don't want your history knowledge here. The question is what? The question is, what is your interpretation of this quote? Who said it is irrelevant. Who said it? It is irrelevant. You have to interpret only the quote, not the individual, what they did in their life or didn't do in their life. That is none of our concern. So, at an individual level, what is the theme of the quote? What is the theme here? Theme is simple. It is revenge. So, trying to take revenge is never an option. All right. Trying to take revenge is never an option. At what level? At individual level. Individual level, never take revenge. That is what even I would tell you. You have a bad aunt, you have a problem with your parents, you have a problem with your friend. Never do tit for tat. Never reduce or lower your standards to take revenge on somebody who belittled you or hurt you. You should maintain high standards. That is why I always keep telling you, best revenge is massive success. Massive success and always remain happy. There is nothing more that will irritate a person who is very jealous of you. They will be always confused. How is this person so happy? How is this person so happy? Confuse them. Individual level, it is okay. Revenge, jealousy, anger, absolutely bad. Even I will tell you, for your preparation also, never keep these emotions in your heart. You won't be able to retain facts in your head. You will not be able to recollect, because these emotions are very, very powerful. When you have these in your heart, nothing will go in your brain. I'm sorry, I will rephrase that. When you have these emotions inside your head, nothing will go in your brain. Heart is only a pumping organ. Let us get it clear. All right, but, what about our soldiers? Can we tell them, Pahalgam attack, it's okay if they attacked us? Why should you go and do Operation Sindoor? Why? Why should you lower our standards? They attacked. It is okay. That is their standard. Why will we should go and attack back? We should attack back. Get the point here? We should attack there. Where the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is being threatened, we have to give tit for tat response. No doubt about it. Where USA decided to get closer with Pakistan, so we also did, okay, you're getting closer with Pakistan, then I will get closer with Russia and China even more. Tit for tat. So in international diplomacy, when it comes to maintaining the sovereignty and unity of the country, there is a limitation to what? The principles of peace. Peace sometimes can be ensured only through strength. No doubt about it. Getting the point here? Chivi, I always told you, don't make current affair notes. Reread them. Instead, visit your previous year questions. See, in spite, I know one thing with this generation again is, you tell them countless number of times, start writing the answer. People say, sir, I don't know how to write. That is only because you have never visited the question paper even once. There are so many questions in it which are very static. Very, very static. All you have to do is, okay, women related a question has been asked. What are the issues faced by women? Simple Google if you do, you will get plenty of material. Write the answer. Worry alla kanna, it is bury. Bury them, not worry. Bury. P-U-R-Y. Guard though. Correct? See, that is different. That is because India has money, Pakistan doesn't have money. That is different. Abhijita, what are you asking? I am not understanding. Adultery, I think. Adultery, yes, it is only a civil offense. I fear of insult if I score less marks in class NEET aspirant. Insult will always be there. You become a doctor also, you think all the doctors will, all the patients will respect you in a government hospital. Do you think so? Insult is part of life. I am blushing, Nancy. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, Shruti. But I am happily married and father of a boy baby. Just in case. काय को बार बार पढ़ाना बंद कर देते हो? पढ़ाना बंद कर देते हो? अरे काय रे, कैसे बात कर रहे तू? How to be consistent and how to avoid distraction. Decide what you want in life, na? Decide what you want in life. If you know what you really want in life, you will do it, irrespective of whatever distractions are there. Today I didn't wake up early, but otherwise normally I'll wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock to prepare my current affairs. Then I have an offline class. Then I have an online class. Then I have a current affair class. Then I need to engage with my students who are part of the CCA group, Telegram channel. So there I engage with them. All this I'm able to do. Why? Why there is no distraction or what? Plenty are there. These days I am watching movies, taking 5, 6 days or 7, 8 days I am taking to watch 1, 2, 2.5 hour movie. Why? No time. No time to sleep, no time to eat food also. That level it has become. But I love my job. So if you love what you do, you will not feel any work as hard work. But if you hate what you do or you don't like what you do, even the smallest thing you will feel like, oh my God, this is so difficult. So decide what you want in life. Agreed? What your wife's views? There is nothing. Somebody, see, people will die. What is it? Amit Chaudhary, people will die. And if people are committing suicide, nothing more to say other than the fact that just because you commit suicide or you die, nothing will change. The sun will continue to rise. The world will continue to move on. It is easy to die. It is difficult to live. Trust me on that. It is very difficult to live. Life means challenges. And life begins only when you step outside your comfort zone. The yesterday, I was contacted by a student. She was suffering from IIH. It's a rare disorder. You can Google about it. If left untreated or if it becomes a little more severe, she can lose her sight. Her hemoglobin levels are at 3. Normally, this disease comes to people who are very, very obese. She's not obese. She's like middle, you can say. Not too slim, nor too obese. The other thing, doctors also were shocked that to look at her, she's like normal, healthy girl. But then how is it that her hemoglobin levels are so low? Last year, she had an accident and a metal rod was inserted into her body. Her father passed away when she was a very young child. This is challenge in life. You're born blind. You don't know what is vision. That is one thing. You are born with vision and now you get a rare disorder which only probably 1 in 10 million gets. But the doctors tell you that you may lose your sight. And she basically called to ask me, sir, how will I prepare now? I said, don't read anything. Don't read anything, but listen. Put on your earphones and start listening. Don't make notes. Just sit and listen. Let it take 2 or 3 years for you to recover completely. Give only one proper attempt. Clear everything. Go to Labasana. Period. That is challenge in life. Somebody insulting you by your caste name and you suddenly felt insulted. I don't know what to say. Good night, good night, good night. In what we should read the newspaper? Either read the online copy or the hard copy. Why rebirth occurs? Aha. Are you so sure that we will all be reborn? Thank you, Shanu. How to improve spelling? Read. So far, nothing, Abhijita. So far, nothing. I will try to ensure that it is there. Can you speak Bengali? Ami Tumano Balo Bashe or something? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ami Tumako Balo Bashe. After completing NCRT Polity Picha Pillai, you can start with this thing. Lakshmikant. Okay. I think with the YouTube community, we can stop now. Just a minute here. Take care. Good night. Good night. Good night. Ami Tumake Balo Bashi. Okay. All right. Yes. Time for PYQs now. 1 minute. Raya Tiwari. What did you ask, by the way? I didn't see. Are you already a housewife, Madhavi? Chanu, no, I am here in Bangalore actually. YT बंद करो, सिर्फ YT. हाँ. All right, people. Just give me 2 minutes here. Please drink water.